Hello and welcome. Welcome to the first episode of what we call the ABC of learning. First of all, first thing first, let me first introduce you to our concept called the ABC of learning. So, what that exactly means. So, from your perspective, students, it is your place. This is a student's place where they can come and discuss anything. It is all about everything and anything about student. So to, whatever challenges you might be facing, whatever you can come and discuss here. Secondly, all kinds of information related to career. So you can come and discuss here. We will have experts to answer all your queries. So this is what we have planned. So this is the first episode. I mean, there are a lot of things that are yet to be unfold. So as things goes, I mean, you will come to know what is ABC of learning. So as we call it, it is Ask BPS about your career. So, so with that, let us start this first episode. So first of all, I just want to take 1 minute of yours just to tell you something about BPS. So what exactly BPS, Brahmaputra Professional Studies, and what we are trying to do? So see, I mean, there are a few academicians, eminent academicians from Northeast who are associated with, I mean, all India level institutions like, say, Delhi University, IIT Guwahati, NIT Shillong, NIT Tripura, and Tejpur University. So they got together and they had a vision. And the vision is very plain and simple that, we should help people, students from Northeast, to get admission in top central universities like, say, Delhi University, Tejpur University, then Aligarh Muslim University, Jamia, then Banaras Hindu University, Allahabad University. So our aim is to, we are in a mission to, to help students from this area to bombard with lot of informations, whatever is happening in those universities, what kind of courses are available, what you can do, how you can take advantage of it. So we will give you all informations related to these universities. So having said that, see, I mean, how it started? It started in the latter half of 2022, and it all started with a group of very dedicated group of teachers who got together and started understanding what exactly CUET is. Now, for instance, CUET is Common University Entrance Test. So this will be held for the second time in this year, in coming May, last week of May. So, students, it's your time to know everything about CUET. And one piece of information is that the last date of uh, the last date of filling up of an online application form is 30th March. So it is just 2-3 days from now. So let's get into it. Let's understand what CUET is. And of late, you have been receiving a lot of information from BPS, from our platform, like, say, Facebook page and the YouTube channel. So, and in process of doing so, we have come across a lot of queries from our students. So what are those queries? In fact, there are some very basic level queries, and there are some queries which really needs to be answered. So we have picked up certain 10 most important things which we feel our students should know. So without wasting any time, let's deep dive into it. And one more thing, later in the show, my colleague Shaina will join us for a brief moment. So she will enlighten us regarding how this examination is done, what is expected out of CUET. So as I told, there are 10 important questions that we are ready to answer for this particular session. So to start off, a lot of people are asking what is CUET. So they have appeared for higher secondary examinations. They have now, by now they have all finished higher secondary examinations. Some of them are planning to go for, Delhi University, like other central universities, IT, BHU, AMU, and all these universities. But surprisingly, there are people, there are students who doesn't know that, there is an exam called CUET that they need to crack to get admission into those universities. In fact, let alone Delhi University. Now, Cotton University will also accept CUET scores for their admission, for their undergraduate courses. So, of course, the most common question was, what is CUET? I already told you, but then let's do it once again. CUET stands for Common University Entrance Test. So this is eligible for those who have cleared plus 12. There is no eligibility criteria to appear for this examination. However, the university or the college that you select will have their own criteria. So you need to check all those criteria before filling up this form, this online application form. Now, there is one more confusion going on. Let's come to the second thing. Is CUET compulsory for all central universities and state universities? So, right now, the answer is no. All central universities were accepting CUET courses for their admission. But in a late development, very latest development, all central universities from Northeast have been exempted from CUET scores. So that means universities in, say, like universities like, say, Rajiv Gandhi University, Nagaland University, Manipur University, Mizoram University. So all these universities will not accept CUET scores. They will have their own admission process based on class 12 marks. So this is one piece of information. However, there is an exception to this particular information also. Tripura University and Tejpur University, both these universities for all undergraduate courses, they will accept CUET scores. So I'm repeating it once again. Uh, all northeastern universities are exempted from CUET scores, but Tripura University and Tejpur University will accept CUET scores for their undergraduate courses. So, in fact, there are notice already issued in the university website. We can also show you if you want. So, this is the Times of India news. You can see that northeastern universities are exempted from the CUET scores. But then there are, like, for example, if you see, this is a notification from Tripura University, where they have categorically mentioned that they will only accept CUET scores. So, so by now, this thing is clear to you. Then there is one more question. How many universities are under CUET? Is CUET is a big exam? You know, last year, CUET scores have been accepted by only, I think, 40 to 45 which is below 50 universities. They were accepting CUET scores. Beginning of this year, when the notification came out for the CUET examination, it was around 90 universities. From there, 90 it went on to 150, 160, and as per one Times of India report, it was 168, then 177. Now, confirmed report says it is 203 universities that are accepting CUET examinations. So, just by the virtue of the number of universities, you can imagine how big this exam is going to be. Let me share one more statistics with you. Last year, CUET examinations all over India, 9 lakh students appeared. And this year, it is expected to be more than 20 lakhs. So that means this is a bigger exam, even bigger than JEE and NEET. So just imagine how many people are 20 lakhs people are going to students are going to appear for this examination to get admission into top central universities. In fact, not only central universities, there are some private universities also which are accepting only CUET scores. So this is a examination that you need to take it very very seriously, and going forward this is going to be even more bigger. So with this, I have answered the second question, which is how many universities and how big this exam is. Now, one more important thing is who conducts CUET. So CUET is conducted by NTA, National Testing Agency. Now, this is the same agency that conducts this medical and engineering test. So I'll just give you a hint. Like, can you imagine? I mean, just imagine that this agency, uh, the, the examinations that they conduct are at a standard. So make no mistake, CUET is going to be very serious, and the standard will be very very high. So do you need to study very very thorough. So how these examinations are conducted. So in this, I will just bring in my colleague Shaina Barua. She has the experience of, she has a master's degree in political science. She teaches political science. She takes care of all academic related affairs at BPS. And she has the experience of clearing an NTA conducted examination in her first attempt. So let me. Hi, Shaina. How are
Hello,
you?
sir. How are you?
I'm good. So, Shaina, so we have been discussing about, the top 10 questions that we are exploring till now. So, tell us about NTA and what kind of examinations, what is the level of examination NTA conducts? Since you have the experience, so I think you are the best person to tell.
Okay, so actually NTA stands for National Testing Agency, and NTA conducts, I guess, almost all of the national level exams. And most of the students, they do not understand the complexity of the questions which is being asked by NTA. Okay, so before answering this question, I want to, there was one student, I want to share this example. While he was making his notes, he showed me, and he was preparing a very basic question. He was like asking who is the Prime Minister of India, and the options are like Arvind Kejriwal, Narendra Modi. Very very basic. So after looking at that note, I felt like, no, no, this is not going to be, because NTA is not going to ask you such very very simple questions. So you, in order to understand the complexity, I will give you a very short example. All those students who are studying political science, they will actually know that there is a organization, there is an international organization called SARC, which is South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation. So they will know about everything. And when you ask them about the full form of SARC, they will be very confidently saying it. But when you go and apply, when they go and apply, and when they sit in exam conducted by NTA, what NTA will do is, in the place of off, they will change it as for. So they will say not South Asian Association of Regional Cooperation, they'll say South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation. So this way, just by simple twinge of one simple word, the students get very confused and they make very silly mistakes. And another thing that I want the students to know is that while they are preparing for some of the current affairs, what they do is they actually focus on the thing which is happening right now. Say, for example, recently India conducted an operation called, which is Operation Dost. So it was actually to help survivors from the earthquakes in Turkey. So the question will not come directly as Operation Dost. They might ask something prior to such operation. Maybe like the question might come about Operation Ganga, which was conducted to rescue students from Ukraine. So these are the type of complexity of questions, and the students, I think, they do not need to study very basic things. They need to go into the gravity of the situation. They need to understand the gravity of the of the complexity of the question. And I think when they prepare in such a complex level, only then maybe they will be able to score very good marks, and they will be able to get a seat in one and the one of the finest universities of this country. So I hope I've answered my question very clearly.
Okay, so Shainab, there is one specific question asked by one of our student. He says, I want to study English from Aligarh Muslim University, but
Okay.
there is no CUET for CUET for other subjects except women's in studies Sanskrit and Hindi. So, do I need to still appear for CUET? Can you just explain this?
Okay, so if I'm understanding it right, the student wants to appear for BA in English. Am I right?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, so if the university is not conducting CUET for BA honors in English, the student does not have to appear for CUET. It is not compulsory for him. But the student also has to see the future things which are related to it. Like, say, for example, if he is not appearing for the upcoming CUET, then what will happen? If he does not get a seat in Aligarh Muslim University for BA English, then his options will be very limited. That means he has to somehow score a seat in Aligarh Muslim University without giving CUET. And let's say for some reason he did not get a seat. In that case, he will not be able to go and pursue BA in English in any other central university, because most of the central universities, I believe, are accepting CUET scores. So this way, even though he's not appearing for CUET, but if he does appear for CUET, his options will be more and more expanding. So I think even if the student wants to pursue BA English in Aligarh Muslim University, and even if CUET is not compulsory there, I would suggest the student to still appear for CUET so that he can at least keep a second option in hand.
Okay, thank you so much. And one more, that brings me to my second question. You know, there are a lot of students who will be appearing for engineering and medical tests. So, those students, should they appear for CUET? Yes, no.
I think students, those who want to have a career in engineering and medical sciences, I mean, they also should appear for CUET, because why I'm telling, I know those students who are actually preparing for JEE exams. Their first focus is getting admission into Indian Institute of Technology. But what happens? See, there is a lot of competition everywhere, so we never know if you could score a seat in one of the finest technical universities of this country. But let's say for some reason you did not get. So what you will do is you can go to one of the central universities, let's say Delhi University or BHU, and you can go and pursue BTech also there. But provided you give the CUET exam, because in Delhi University also is providing BTech courses, but only based on CUET scores, not JEE score. So that way, what happens if a student who does not, if he, for some reason, let's say he did not get a seat in Indian Institute of Technology, he can go and pursue BTech from Delhi University also, from BHU also, and other central universities which are providing BTech courses. So that way, his options will also be open. He will have at least a second option in hand, and he can pursue engineering without wasting 1 year of his time. And similarly, I think it goes for NEET, those students who want to pursue medical sciences. I mean, CUET will not give you another option in medical sciences, but let's say at least you can have a second option in science category. Let's say you can pursue BSc in botany,
Maybe
let's say, or in
biotechnology,
the
yes.
life sciences. So that's how you can at least keep your options open, and without wasting your time, because we all know that time is money after all. So if you waste at least 1 year of your time, then a lot of competition, goes out of your hand. So that is why I would suggest those aspirants from JEE and NEET also to at least appear for the CUET exam.
Okay, thank you. So I'm going to ask you a hypothetical question. Like, for example, suppose you are a student and you want to do political science in Delhi University. Okay, with major political science in Delhi University. So, what will be your approach in subject selection for CUET examination? What subjects you will select?
Okay, if I was a student who wants to get admitted in Delhi University, first of all, because to get admission in Delhi University in Department of Political Science, I have to at least see what is the subject combinations which is being asked. So if the subject combination is saying that you have to at least get three subjects combination, that way, first of all, I will give preference to political science. Then the second option I will choose according to the preferences of the subject. Let's say my first preference is pol science, I will choose pol science. If my second preference is history, I will go to history and then forward. But I have seen in a lot of universities, I've done a lot of research on a lot of universities on and on their subject combinations also, and I've actually done a webinar also on this. So there actually I have seen that a lot of universities like for example say BHU, for getting admission in BHU you might not need any subject combination. You can only give general test and take the test and seek admission there. But that way also what happens is the options also get limited in that way also, because if you're only targeting BHU and let's say you did not get admission in BHU, then the second option is at least I can go and seek admission in Delhi University. But for that also I also have to follow criteria which is being asked by Delhi University. That is, I have to maintain the standard of the subject combinations which is being asked by Delhi University. So that is why I think if I were a student, I would at least select at least six domains. Let's say history, political science, then you can say psychology and the rest, and I would have given at least one language and at least GT, because I have heard a lot of, even a lot of students even ask me that, ma'am, is GT compulsory? I would say GT is not compulsory for all, but still you can appear for GT, because that way you will have a lot of options open. That way you will have a lot of universities where you can go and select, or you can go and seek admission. So
So
I
your
believe I've
probability,
answered the
sorry to
students'
cut you in
query.
between. So your probability of getting admissions in other universities enhances, right?
Yeah, totally. It enhances. So I would suggest, if a student is only sticking to Delhi University, if he follows subject combinations offered or asked from Delhi University, so I would suggest that student to also look up, means apart from sticking to the subject combinations, I would ask that student specifically to also give a language paper and also give a GT. That way he can actually enhance the options which is available to him.
Okay. So, Saina, before we let you go, there is one specific questions which is related to what you have already answered. But then, since there was a question, let me ask you. My primary focus is pursuing BA in political science, and I have two universities in mind: B.R. Ambedkar and BHU, Banaras Hindu University. I am confused with the subject selection. For B.R. Ambedkar, I will have to appear in domain, and in BHU, I have to appear in GT only. So, how do I decide on this?
Okay, so basically the student is confused with the subject selection, I believe, because he has two universities in mind. One is BR Ambedkar and the other, sir, which one did he say? Delhi University, is it?
No, it is Banaras Hindu University.
Okay, Banaras Hindu University. So, in the last question only, I think I've answered that question, but
Exactly.
still, let me clear it once again for that particular student. So, if a student is seeking admission in BHU also and also in BR Ambedkar, so while seeking admission, I think the student has noticed that the subject combinations asked in both the universities is totally different. In BR Ambedkar, he has to the particular student has to appear for the domain subject, and for BHU he does not have to appear in any domain subject. He only needs to give the general test.
Right, right.
So this way the student is getting confused. But in order to clear the confusion, what I would suggest that particular student does is he at least gives one language paper, at least gives three domain subject and gives the GT test. So that way he will both be actually he will actually be enhancing both the options. He can go and seek admission in BHU also. He can go and seek admission in BR Ambedkar also.
Fantastic. So, this is one very important question, and it has been asked by a lot of students. So how can I apply for both Delhi University and Cotton University at the same time? How do I do the subject combination? And one important thing is, I have appeared for Delhi University, so can I apply for Cotton University again?
Okay, so this is a question that, sir, actually I get a lot of time because since the last form submission date is very near, and lot of students they want to apply in lot of universities, but they are actually confused how to do it. So actually, this is not their fault. This is actually since they are doing it for the first time, appearing for a national level exam. So when the student goes and fill ups the form, he can actually apply to number of universities as he likes. But for that, what the person has to do is first he has to register at summers.ac.in, and then create a registration ID and a password. And after generating the registration ID, he can go to the dashboard, and below the dashboard there is a subsection which is called as Add University. So there he has to click the Add University, and there he can select as many number of universities as he can, and then he can select the subject combinations and then make the payment and appear in as number of universities as he likes.
So to cut it short, that students can apply for more than one universities, right?
Yes, at the same time, they do
At
not
the
have
same
to
time.
generate different registration ID or
Okay.
password for
Okay.
different universities. In the same registration ID and password, they can
Okay.
select as many number of universities they like, provided they go and they click on Add University, and then they select the subject combinations asked by the respective selected the universities.
Okay. So let me ask you once again for more clarity into this. Suppose I am a student, and I have already applied for Delhi University and I am submitted everything. Now, can I go back and add Cotton University now?
Yes, yes, definitely you can
Okay.
do that, sir. Because since you already have a registration ID and a password, no issue in that. You can again log into the system, and you can add university and again select cotton, and you can fill up the form.
And needless to mention that has to be done before 30th of
Yes, yes, it has to be done before 30th because 30th is the last date. And
okay,
prior to this, the last date was 12th, I suppose, but they've
12th.
extended
Yes.
to 30th.
Okay. So that has been extended due to
Yes,
number of universities getting extended.
yes, yes.
So, so that basically winds up our question and answer, whatever being asked. And one more important thing is, before we, what are the things that I should be careful about? Subject selection, reservation policy. Yes, there are a lot of questions asked on reservation policy. So, would you like to highlight something on OBC category and NLC certificate? So, what are all this?
Okay, so since this is the CUET will be a national level exam, so national level reservation policy is a bit different from the state level.
Okay.
So state level actually the reservation the certificates are issued differently than the center. So if any student who belongs to the OBC category, other backward classes category, there are two levels. One is NCL, and the other one is who is not an NCL. Okay, NCL means non creamy layer. Eh, let's say for example, if I am a student from OBC category and my family income is less than 8 lakhs, that means I will have to apply for a NCL certificate. When I get that NCL certificate, only then I will be qualified to be under OBC category reservation. If my family income is more than 8 lakhs annually, I'm saying, sir, not monthly, annually, if my family income is more than 8 lakhs, that means I will not be entitled to the NCL certificate, and then I cannot make a claim in the OBC reservation category. This is common to all central universities and all central level exams. So I would suggest all the students to be very much careful on this, because sometimes what happens, even if you clear the exam, for some of the certificates or some small issues, sometimes one or two seat might get missed. So that is why I mean it is very important for student to clear this NCL and all the certificates.
Okay, great. So, so with this, we have come to the end of the 10 most important questions that we have picked up to answer. But other than what we have listed here, there are few questions that students are asking, and that too offline. Just sir, when we need to appear for CUET and CUET doesn't have any marks criteria. Okay, it is not that if you get 50% in higher secondary examination, board examinations, then only you can appear in CUET. It's nothing like that. You can appear CUET irrespective of your marks. But so what the students are saying is, uh, so that means our board exam marks are irrelevant now.
No, actually, sir, if now the board exam marks is not mandatory, and it's actually the mark is getting the marks will get redundant, because now every admission in the central universities or state universities will be allotted through the CUET marks only. So it doesn't matter if the student has scored 30% also in his 12 marks, he can apply for CUET. And if he scores 90% in CUET, it's guaranteed that he will get a seat in one of the finest universities.
Okay. So, but then star mark here that the universities or the college might have a marking criteria.
Sir, I didn't get you. Can you please be little clear?
Suppose CUET doesn't have any criteria as far as appearing that
No,
examination
no,
is
sir.
concerned.
It does not have any. The basic eligible criteria is that you have to be 12 pass.
You will have to be 12 pass,
Class 12
irrespective of
pass.
whatever university and college you want to get
Oh,
into.
yeah, yes, yes.
So you mean to say the apart from the CUET criteria, there is no criteria from the universities or the colleges?
There is no such definite criteria. Every university, there is a certain subject combinations only that you have to follow.
Okay,
And
okay,
I think you have to be 12 pass in some of the universities, and some specific universities will only require, let's say, 45% marks in your class 12 exam.
okay. And one more piece of information the students are asking us. So that is, what is the pass mark for CUET? So there is nothing called, what I have understood till now is there is nothing called pass mark in CUET. You might get 90% in CUET. You may not get admission in Delhi University, but you might get admission in some other university, right?
Yes, sir. Actually, the Delhi University has introduced a common seat allocation system, and
Right.
most of the students are not aware of this. So, let me remind them a bit that what happens, it's like a common counseling ground. Earlier, what used to happen when we used to be in our when we used to actually apply for the degree courses, then we had to go and run every from one university, from one college to to a different college to seek admission under Delhi University. But now what happened, there is a common counseling ground. So let's say, for example, I have appeared for CUET in Delhi University and I have got the scorecard. So with that scorecard, I can go and register myself under common seat allocation system, and I can select as many number of colleges I want to seek admission under Delhi University. So my list of preferences, my list of selection will be according to the college preference. For example, my first preference is, let's say, Lady Shri Ram College, and my second preference is Dayal Singh College. So, like this, I will give the order of the preference. So, there is no maximum limit to how much colleges you can select. A student can select as many number of colleges under common seat allocation system, and then on the basis of my marks, the Delhi University will conduct a counseling. And if my marks is sufficient enough to get seat in Lady Shri Ram College, I will be allotted a seat. And let's say my marks is not sufficient enough to seek an admission in Lady Shri Ram College, then that marks will get transferred to Dayal Singh College, and they'll see whether my marks are actually enough to seek a seat in Dayal Singh College. So, like this, they can actually take a common ground for the counseling and for the selection. And this way, they will not have to travel from college to seek admission. But provided after CUET, when Delhi University will release the common seat allocation portal, then the student has to register their CUET registration number and their password. Sorry, not password, just the registration number in the common seat allocation system.
Okay. I think that holds true for our own Cotton University also. Even if
Yes,
you
the
are
Cotton
applying for
University
CUET,
also.
you
Yes,
need to go and apply in the Cotton website online, right?
yes, we need to apply there. But right now, I'm not sure whether Cotton University has released that portal or not.
I don't
But
think
when
so.
they will,
They have opened that form.
okay, okay. So if they have opened it, or if they have released the portal, then the student, after after appearing in the CUET exam, they can actually take their registration number, and they can log in, and they have to pay a certain amount for that. It's not free actually. In Delhi University, it's not free actually.
Okay.
So
Okay. So, so anything else, China, you want to tell about CUET and how the students or students need to approach these examinations? Apart from the questions, anything that you feel that is important that our students should know?
I think the student, before appearing in a national level exam, the first thing they need to do is they need to be very clear about the exam, what is going to be, what type of questions it is going to ask. And for that, they need a lot of practice. They need a lot of MCQ practice, because the exam is going to be an online mode, and it is going to be in the CBT mode. CBT means computer based test. So there was a student particularly who asked me, "Ma'am, what is CBT exam? What do I need to go and do there?" See, you will be given one particular computer, and there will be the computer screen. There will be two sections. One section there will be the question, and the other section there will be the options given. So for every question you mark the option will turn green. Okay, and when the option turns green, that doesn't mean the option is right or wrong. It means that you have marked the question. So what happens when you see in the screen, there is also a timer which goes by. And when sometimes what happens, sir, when we are psychologically, when we see the timer, when we see the time, we get very conscious. And when we get conscious, actually we tend to forget a lot of things. Because if we are not relaxed with the exam, then even we might have the chance to do the silly mistakes. So that is why I say to a lot of students to keep on practicing the MCQ questions, because the more and more you will practice, the more and more the student will be very much comfortable with the type of examinations.
So thank you so much, China, for sharing these inputs, and I believe our students will definitely, understood what they have been confused about. So thank you so much, China.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. It was a pleasure having you on our show. Thank you. So coming back to where we left, students. Actually, this particular question I asked China also, and I want to have my own inputs to it. You know that since I'll be appearing for CUET, and now to that means I don't need to do well in my board examinations. So this is something very, see, board exams marks. Why will you not do well? কিহৰ কাৰণে নকৰিবা তোমালোকে? See, you have been given a task, even though ठीक है, you are not this marks doesn't hold any value as far as getting into an university is concerned, but that speaks volumes of your academic performance. Whenever tomorrow, suppose you are going and appearing in any kind of interview, be it government, private, they will of course look at your academic records. And why they look at your academic records? See, how much mark you got in mathematics in 12th or in physics or in history doesn't really help the organization. But the thing is, it shows about your seriousness. তুমি কিমান নিজে চিৰিয়াছ সেই কথাটো তোমালোকে সেই কথাটোৱে বুজায়। তোমালোকৰ হাতত এটা এক্সামিনেশ্যন আছিলে, সেই এক্সামিনেশ্যনটো তোমালোকে যদি চিৰিয়াছলি লোৱা নাই, ইফ ইউ আৰ নট টেকিং ইট চিৰিয়াছলি, so that's why you are not doing well. So that means the company or the government agency or the NGO or the PSU, whoever hires you, if tomorrow they will give you a job, so that means you will not do your job seriously. So that is where, you know, as a student, whatever task you have, you need to do it with all seriousness, be it examination, be it all your projects, be it whatever it is. You what else you work you have? You are not working. You are just studying. You are gaining knowledge, and from that knowledge, you need to appear for examination. Simple. So it's a very funny questions. I find it very funny that people are asking, okay, so since now CUET is there, NET is there, we don't need to do well in our 12th board examinations. This is wrong. This is absolutely wrong approach. Never ever think on those lines, please. So with this, we have more or less come to the end of what we wanted to discuss in this particular session. But before we wind off, I would again like to highlight the work that we are doing in BPS. See, I mean, as I told you, we started in the later half of last year, and ever since, a team of teachers got together and understood what CUET is all about, and we have prepared a curriculum, a design methodology. What are the questions, probable questions that this examination is in this coming examination it will come. So we have designed a specific course for you, all of you guys, and if you are taking CUET very seriously, you can come and join us. I can share you the course link here. So you can just scan the QR code. It will take you to our website, and from the website you will understand exactly what we are trying to do, and you can join. I'm sure you must have been a member by now, but you can join our YouTube channel and our Facebook page, and at the same time keep watching those channels of communication for what are the new things happening as far as CUET is concerned. So, and one more thing we would like to clarify. A lot of people are asking us what are the other courses that you BPS is conducting right now. No, we are not conducting any other courses. We are not conducting. We are only focused in CUET, both UG and PG. So it is not that we offer A, B, C, D courses, and in that A, B, C, D courses, CUET is one of them. No, we are focused only in CUET, and we will continue to do so in the next 2 to 3 years. So trust us and follow us. There are daily live classes going on, so you can join our YouTube channel and avail those live classes absolutely free of cost. And if you want help in terms of MCQ questions, the type question pattern, because one thing I forgot to mention, you mentioned in the beginning that this particular course curriculum is prepared under the guidance of professors and academicians from NIT Shillong, Agartala, IIT Guwahati, and Tezpur University. So everything from designing of the curriculum to the delivery of the courses, everything is designed under their guidance. So if you at any point of time, if you feel that you need to take advantage of the facilities that we are giving, you are most welcome. You can scan the QR code and it will take us to your website. And whenever you need some help regarding CUET, just give us a call. I will you can note down my number, my personal number, 9101852862. So thank you very much for being here. We'd like to see a lot of comments after this episode, and you can, if you want, if you're live, you can post your comments right now. We can answer it right now. We can bring China again. So whatever is there in your mind, ask us, post your comment. We will make sure that everything is being replied to. So with this, thank you very much for being here. And again, this ABC of learning will be back again, maybe in 10 to 15 days time. Until that time, take care, study well, and do well in your upcoming CUET examinations. Thank you very much for listening to us and watching us. Thank you.